Hello everyone, happy Sunday. I hope everybody's doing great. I hope let me just fix my hair. There we go. I hope you're doing great. I'm just gonna wait for a few people to join while Instagram notifies us the people that I'm actually going live. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining. I'm gonna crack on today, and I know that I will be reposting. Hello guys, thanks for joining so much. I will be reposting this video on my IGTV, so you can actually catch up on it on a different day, and I will be reposting it. Kalimera, and I will be, for everyone watching from Greece, Kalimera, and I will be reposting it as well on my Facebook page. I found a way to download and post it on my Facebook page, so you guys won't be missing anything. So I'm happy to be back on my Instagram and doing a live because it's been so long, and we have been talking about a topic that I have been so passionate about for the past, it's gonna be a year now, and that I have been studying more about this field and kind of like working more on myself and doing this deep dive, as they say, in awareness and all this type of things. Hi guys, thanks so much for joining. And one of the elements that actually brought me closer to my awareness and to starting to know myself a little bit more, being more kinder to myself. You know, we all go through all these things in our lives. It's actually the 12 laws of the universe. I know, it's pretty crazy, right? So either you're into the spiritual realm and you believe in those type of things, either if you're not, like, it doesn't actually matter. These laws are out there and they happen every single day, and it's absolutely amazing when you actually get to believe them and to see them and to notify them and to make them part of your everyday reality. So on the last video, on the last video that I did, on the part 1 video, I spoke about the 3 main rules that you guys probably heard of. I'm gonna quickly recap them before I go to the next 3. So the first 3 rules that we spoke on the last live were the law of attraction, which, if you read The Secret, I have it just down here. I'm not gonna go grab it, but it's just here. It sits by my bed. If you read The Secret, you know what the law of attraction is. So we're gonna recap, and we're gonna say that like attracts like. So we're gonna say that if I really want something in my life to happen, I will find the way to attract it to me. So we discussed in the last live that the lifestyle that you live, the car that you drive, the job that you do, somehow you attracted that to yourself, right? It was the thoughts that turned into things, that turned into your reality, and you made that happen. So that's the law of attraction in a very quick snapshot. However, we said last time that the law of attraction doesn't work on its own, right? It cannot work on its own because in the book it says, you know, you can use visualization to use the law of attraction, but if you sit all day long visualizing and thinking of a car, of the job, of the boyfriend, of whatever, it's not going to happen on its own. It's nothing falls in your lap, and that's where people are actually getting it wrong, and they say the law of attraction doesn't work. That's where the 2 other laws that we spoke last time, they come in. It's the law of vibration and the law of inspired action. So I'm going to explain these 2 really, really quickly for those that missed the previous live. So the law of inspired action, and I'm always using the word inspired because action comes from an inspiration. So if you're using your inspired action, it means, for example, if you want to get that job, your dream job, you will put in the inspired action, which means you will do the research, you will send your CVs, you will do your cover letters, you will dress the part, you were going to talk to the people that work on those companies that you guys want to work on. Or you are going to go looking for that boyfriend, which means you're going to go socializing. You're going to probably do that Tinder app. I haven't even used them. I've been with my husband for like 11 years, don't even know what these things are. But you know what I mean? You're going to go out there, you're going to put the inspired action. And because you're actually going to be working towards something you really want, you're going to be inspired. It's not going to be as a task. So every time you're doing something that feels like a task and feels like a to-do and you're not inspired to do it, that means that you guys are not actually into it. You know, you have to and you owe to do it instead of like wanting to do it. So that was kind of like the part of the inspired action that I spoke to very briefly. And then we're going to add on the law of vibration that I spoke to the last live. So the law of vibration, it's absolutely freaking amazing if you get the grasp of it. And it's so simple, and people are like, what is this, all this? Because you see people online putting this house or this hospital or this thing vibrates in those hertz, or the earth vibrates in whatever hertz. I don't even know what the hertz as the earth vibrates. But if you're talking to all this science stuff, like the normal person, your everyday person is going to refuse this information. And I'm going to break it so easily, and I'm going to break it so nice and quick for you so you guys can get it. For example, you have this friend of yours who is so nice and happy and lively and is always there for you, and they have like high energy. I call them high energy people. They have high vibes, right? They are high vibration people. So even if you are if you are at your lowest, you're gonna go to your happy friend and they're gonna raise your vibration. They're gonna raise your vibes. So that's what the law of vibration is. It's the frequency we have. And if we think that we're energy, and if we think that everything in life is energy, then the more energy you give, the more energy you'll take. So for example, back to the earthy type of example, let's go to the spiritual world. Let's go back to our basics. You want to go for that job, right? We said you're going to have the law of attraction. You're going to look for the job out there. You're going to put the law of inspired action, which means you're going to do your CVs. You're going to dress the part when you go to do your interview. You're going to talk to the people that work in the same field. And then you're going to put the law of vibration. What does that mean? When you go to your interview, you're going to look the part. You're going to be high vibes. You're going to have your eye contact. You're going to raise your frequency so you can actually match the frequency of the person interviewing you, for example, and then you're going to have a better chance of getting that job. Boom, law of attraction works. So you see, the three have to work. So I'm quickly explain that into this small intro of my live here, because I want to go in and talk about the next three laws. I'm going to do live and explain all the laws, right? So the next three laws are the law of divine oneness. And this is absolutely beautiful, right? So this law actually means, guys, if you think about it, the law of divine oneness, that we're all one. If you think about it, it's mind-blowing. Take a few seconds to actually think about it. We are one. Everything in this nature is one and interconnected. If you start thinking about it, it's going to start making sense, and I will actually explain what that means. So I affect you and you affect me. Okay, we are in all this system, as we call it, an open loop system, where I'm affecting you and you are affecting me. And this can be either in human interactions or in nature, in life, in everything around us. Like, everybody interacts with each other. So for example, I will put it back into very simple terms so we can all actually get a bit of a grasp. I pick up the phone, I talk to my best friend. I tell her that I saw her cousin being down the road with this girl. And I said to her, and what am I doing now? I'm gossiping, right? And I said, I saw your cousin with this girl. I'm not sure what's happening there. He's married, he has kids, whatever. So what am I doing here? I'm gossiping and I'm picking up the phone to my best friend. What's going to happen then? She's going to talk to her cousin, who I thought I saw her husband speaking with another person. What am I going to cause? I'm going to cause a bit of a disturbance in that over there, right? What's that going to happen? It's going to return back to me, because I was the one that was giving those news. And imagine what? That wasn't the guy I thought. It was just a totally different person. I'm just making that up, right? It was a totally different person that I believe that they looked like them. So what did I cause there? I caused a reaction to these people, which probably caused a reaction to another set of people, which probably caused a reaction which I didn't even know. That's the ripple effect, or else it's called the butterfly effect, right? They say the butterfly effect, there was a movie made out of it as well. They say that a butterfly somewhere in the other part of the world will affect the waves from this side of the world. It's pretty crazy if you think about it, but it seems that nature and lives and people are interconnected and we're all at one. So if I'm gossiping about someone, or if I'm telling bad things or good things about someone, these are going to come back to me. So the energy that I'm putting out in the world will come back to me. We're coming back to the law of vibration and attraction, because they're all interconnected. So if I'm thinking, guys, that we're all one, and I'm affecting you and your actions affecting me, don't I want to put the right words and the right actions towards you? I do, right? Because they're going to come back to me. So that's the law of divine oneness, and thinking that we're all one, and thinking as well the fact that, you have people there like littering the environment and everything. That's going to affect me because it's going to put me in a bad mood. It's going to affect them when I see the next day, put them in a bad mood. So even those simple things are affecting us. So let's just be more aware of how we're behaving, what we're doing, because the law of divine oneness is always in action. So I'm going to talk about the next law, which is another law that I absolutely love, and that's the law of, I'm actually going to read it, law of perpetual transmutation of energy, because it's a mouthful, right? The law of perpetual transmutation of energy. What does that mean? Law of perpetual transmutation of energy. This means that we have the power to change our lives. We have the power to change how things work. We have the power to make something from nothing. We have the power to actually change our mindset. We have the power to do whatever we want and however we want it. So, for example, going back to the law of attraction, right? So if we think, because the law of attraction can work in different ways. You could even think of bad things. You could even think, oh my God, COVID's out there, something bad's going to happen to me, I'm going to get sick. And you know what? You might end up being sick because you don't know what's happening, and you're bringing your biochemistry in a lower vibe, and you're more, you could actually get something. You could even get a virus because your immune system is not as powerful. So what's happening though with the law of perpetual transmutation of energy? What is actually happening is that you can actually change your negative thoughts into positive, and you have actually that power to actually do that. So I'm actually reading my notes because I want to make sure I don't go off track. But we actually have a higher awareness when we actually know that what is happening out there, and that we actually are able to change our thoughts and our feelings to something that will serve us better. It's pretty insane, right? It's insane, right? If we're actually thinking about that we have the energy and the power to actually change our thoughts to actually get the outcomes we want. So going back to what we said about the law of vibration, when you have low vibes with the law of perpetual transmutation of energy, you can actually be more aware and say, come on now, I need to snap out of it. Let me just do something. Let me actually bring my energy up so I can actually get the results I want. Crazy, right? Which this is something that happens in everyday life, but we just don't, we've never put into laws because we weren't aware of them. But these is things that are actually happening, and they work. Like if you're in a low mood or a low vibe, if you pick up your friend who is has high energy, they will lift up your moods, because we have the capability of changing our energy. And that goes me to talk to you about the last law of the day, which is the law of polarity, which is pretty, another favorite one. And the law of polarity actually means that you cannot have a positive without a negative. So think about a magnet, right? You have a magnet here. So the magnet has the positive and the negative. You cannot have a magnet without the two. Like, it cannot happen. It won't be a magnet then, So as we say, you cannot have joy if you don't have sadness. You cannot have day if you don't have night, light if you don't have darkness. So this is kind of like how it works, because then we know that life works in cycles, and then we know that when we actually get the bad part of life, let's say when we're not that great and we're not feeling that when we're not feeling in our best, we know, because there's the law of polarity, that we will get better. it's the law. It actually happens. Life comes in cycles, and what goes down will come up. If you're feeling that, if you're feeling in a lower mood, you know that the better mood will come, and you know the better days will come. And the good thing is that when we are at our lowest, this is when we get the clarity. This is when we get the full awareness that we know that we actually don't like being in that state. And then we have to actually raise our awareness and realize, why am I feeling this way? And then you realize, and you don't actually want to feel that way again. So you change your patterns, you change the way life works, and you change what you do, and your thoughts and feelings to actually make you feel better for the next time. Because remember, guys, all we are is thoughts and feelings that actually cause actions, right? My thought and my feelings cause my actions, and that's absolutely what we are. It's neuroscience proven. I'm not making that out, and that's not spiritual. That's neuroscience proven, which is pretty amazing, right? Well, that's how our mind works. So just finishing up with the law of polarity and finishing up with this live today, and thank you so much everybody who is watch it. But just want to say last few things about the law of polarity, that we have to appreciate when we are at our highest and when we are at our lowest. And even if we say, when we start working on our mind and knowing that the law of polarity comes and goes, we know that when there is a high, there might be a low. But the thing is that when we raise our awareness and we work with our mind, our low is not going to be as low as the last time. Because let's say if everything goes in a cycle, and the cycle starts from here, it will go up and up and up and up, like the DNA, right? So it will go up and up and up and up. So our low the first time won't be as low as the next time, and it won't be as low, it will go up and up and up. And that's only because we would have been working on our mindset, we have been working on our thoughts and feelings and actions, and we would be more aware of the 12 laws of the universe. So guys, that was me today. Thank you so much for joining. Thanks so much for people that joined, said hellos, sent hearts. Absolutely appreciate it. It has been amazing, serving you in this way and showing you and sharing with you all the knowledge that I have been gaining for the past year. And it has really completely changed my mind, has completely changed who I am, has completely changed the field that I'm working on at the moment, which is pretty insane. Thank you so much. I will share this on my IGTV, and I will share this on my Facebook, and it has been my pleasure to be of service and to actually talk to you about these amazing things that I'm learning every day. All right, everyone, see you on the next live. Take care. Bye.